Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Monday, September 21st, 2020. Today we're going to be working on Module 3, Lesson number 4. Now, boys and girls, today we're not going to have a live session. Let me repeat that again. We are not having a live session. You're going to watch a longer video where we're going to be working together. Our daily goal is to complete our work or assignment and submit work at the end of class, and you score an 85 or higher. The materials that we need for today's class is a pencil, a piece of paper, or your spiral where you write your key points, book number 2, and book number 3. Let's go over the daily expectations. While you're working, make sure you're sitting tall, that you have all the materials ready and parked. You have book number 1 ready, book number 2 ready, and book number 3 ready. That you participate by completing all the work. That you go back to the channel to check the videos and the live sessions so that you can check for any clarifying questions you may have. Well, expectation number 5, number 6, and number 7 will not apply today because we're not going to have a live session. After you finish with your class work, make sure you log into Clever. When you log into Clever, go to Dreambox and you complete 3 lessons a day, boys and girls. Let's learn the objective art today. What are we going to learn today? Well, today, by the end of class, you're going to count up to 1,000 on the place value chart. Your turn to read the objective. Yes, by the end of class, we're going to be able to count up to 1,000 on the place value chart. Well, let's learn what important words we need to learn. The first important word that we need to go over is place value, boys and girls. Place value. And the place value is the unit that each number gives. And we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Let's go over the unit ones, the place value unit of ones. Look at this number, 576. The number 6 is in the ones place. Still using the number 576, the digit 7, it's in the tens place value. Still with the same number 576, but the number 5, the digit 5, it's in the hundreds place, boys and girls. And after the 100, well, it's 1,000. And how do we do that? Each unit can only hold 9 ones. When you make the 10th, you have to bundle it and you go to the next unit. Those are the important words that we need to learn. How are we going to complete the work today? Well, the first thing is that you need to draw and label the number given. So for example, the number is, if you're going to need to count from 200 to 243, we're going to model it like this, which is step number 2. I write the number 200, and then I think, do I count by ones? Do I count by tens? Yes, boys and girls, I will count by tens because from 200, I need to get to 210. Now I think, do I count by ones or do I count by tens? Yes, by tens, and 210 plus 10 more is 220. I still think, do I count by ones or do I count by tens? I continue counting by tens and the number's 230. I think, do I count by ones or do I count by tens? Yes, by tens, and 230 plus 10 is 240. I think, do I count by ones or do I count by tens? You can't count by tens anymore because I need to get to the number 243. I need to count by ones now. So we'll go to 241. Now, I think, do I count by ones or by tens? Then I will go to the number 242. And then I think again, do I count by ones or by tens? And I count by ones. And look, I stop at the number 243. The lesson that we're doing today is exactly what we did on Thursday, where we were counting, but this time we're not gonna draw using the base 10 blocks where we write the ones with a dot and the tens with a line and the hundreds with a box. We're not doing that today. We're only writing the numbers. And this is important because it helps us count when we're counting money. You can go 200, 210, 220, 230, 240. And then, oh, now I'm going to count by ones because I get a $1 bill, 241, 242, 243. Counting always is important because it helps us with money. Boys and girls, we can relate with money. You have 10 seconds to get your book number 2. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Then I'm going to open it to page 127. Page 177 is this side. But remember, the key points we write in the opposite side. So let's go over the key points. Let's write them. Key points. So number 1 is write the number given. I have to write the number given. In this case, for example, if they gave me the number, which is count from 200 to 243. The number given is 200. I'm going to fix it. Then it says count by ones to next 10. Oops, 10. And, or I can count, still in key point number 3, depending on the example. Count by tens to next 100. Or count by hundreds to then 2,000. Out of this one, boys and girls, I have to think about it. For example, I'm starting at the number 200, and I have to think, would I count by ones? Could I count by tens? Or could I count by hundreds? So what would I count by? I would count by tens because I need to get to the 243. So I would write 200, 210, 220, 230, 240. And I'm going to stop right there because I got to the 10. Then I'm going to count to ones, tens, and hundreds to get to the number 243. Well, I think I need to count by ones. And I already modeled this, but this time, since we're writing it, I'm modeling it again. I keep on counting by ones until I get to the number that I need to stop. What we did earlier, we were drawing the pictures. Today, we're just writing the numbers. Okay, boys and girls, this is 1, 1. Let's count more ones into my place value box. Count the ones with me. Remember, these are the ones, these are the tens, and these are the hundreds. Ready to count? 1, 1, 2 ones, 3 ones, 4 ones, 5 ones, 6 ones, 7 ones, 8 ones, 9 ones. Wait, if I put one more, if I put another one, I can make a larger unit. What will be the new larger unit? Yes, it will be 110. I can bundle the 10 ones and I make it into 110. Well, let's make 110. There it is, boys and girls. Now, how many ones are in my box? Yes, 0 ones. How many 10s are in my box? Yes, 110. And look, 110 and 0 ones makes the number 10, boys and girls. Now let's count more 10s into my place value box. Count the 10s with me. 110, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s, 8 10s, 9 10s. Wait, if I put another unit of 10, I can make a larger unit. What would that new large unit be? Remember, I can bundle it. What would it be? Yes, 100. Let's make a 100. But before we do that, let's review this. How many ones are in my box? None, 0. How many 10s are in my box? None, 0. How many hundreds are in my box? 100. Since there was 0 ones and 0 10s and I have 100, it makes the number 100. So let's count more hundreds into my place value box. Count the hundreds with me. Are you ready? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. Wait, remembered? I have enough hundreds to trade for a larger unit. Remember, I can bundle it. I can put them all together. And what larger unit can I make? 1,000, boys and girls. Now, boys and girls, this is the place value chart. If you go to page 137 in book number 2, you will see your place value chart. You have 10 seconds to open your place value chart and page 137. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You don't need the place value chart. I just want you to look because we're going to be using the one that we have in the screen, but I want you to look at the one that you have in your book. So if you need a place value chart, you can reference that. So here's your place value chart. So I want you to count to 124 using all the 3 units, ones, tens, and hundreds. And we start with the largest unit. 100, 110, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124. This is exactly what you thought when you were saying those numbers aloud. Look, 100, 110, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124. That was very, very fast, boys and girls. Remember, what word means fast and accurate. The word is efficient. Remember, we have to be efficient. We need to work fast and accurate. Accurate means correct. Now let's count for from the number 476 to 600 using my place value boxes. 100, thinking, 100, 200, 300, 400, 410, 420, 430, 440, 450, 460, 470, 471, 472, 473, 474, 475, 476. Now, I already have the number that I'm supposed to start with, which is 476. Now, let's analyze the number 476. That's the number I'm starting with. How many hundreds do you have? Yes, 4. And what's the unit? Yes, the unit is 400. How many tens do you see, boys and girls? Yes, 7 tens. How many ones do you see? Yes, 6 ones. Now, boys and girls, we want to count from the number 476 to the number 600. Let's wisely use the ones, tens, and hundreds. We're gonna start with the ones until we have enough to bundle. Let's try it. Remember, we're starting with the ones. If I start with the ones and I have the number 476, up to what benchmark number do I have to count? Yes, the number is 80 because 80 is the next 10 number. Now, let's count. Are you ready? 476, 477, 478, 479, 480. What do I do now? Amazing. If you said you bundle a 10, kiss your brain. Remember, I bundle the ones and now I make a new unit. Now, boys and girls, what unit will I count by? Get ready? Yes, I'm counting by tens. Now I'm at 480. What's the next benchmark number? Yes, the next benchmark number is 500. So let's count. 480, 490, 500. What do I do now? Yes, I bundle 100 that I made from 10 tens. Remember, I bundle it. And what unit would I count by? Yes, hundreds. So count for me. 600. Oh, let me see. 500. 600. We are done, boys and girls. Now, the next part that we have to do is, can we write the numbers the way we count it, starting with 477. So we're going to get our line paper and we're going to write those numbers. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to get your line paper. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I know Miss Bocanegra told you to open a spiral, but I actually want you to open book number 2 to page 129. Book number 2 to page 129. Make sure you write name, date, and goal. Today's date is the 21st. And our goal is to Eureka and square 100. So And here it says, if we always, always, always read the instructions, boys and girls, it says, work with your partner, but we're not going to work with our partner. So cross that off. Imagine your place value chart and write down how you may count from the first number to the second number. And you have to underline the numbers where you bundled to make a larger unit. So we already did this one in the video, but now we actually practice counting. So let's do 476. I box it. I'm going to put a little arrow. And after 76, we counted by ones and we went 477, 478, 479, 480. I got a 10. I got a benchmark, so I underlined that number. Then I go to 490. Then I go to my next benchmark number that is 500. I underline it and I stop at 600. Okay, now that you're done copying this, let's work on problem number 2 together. It says count from 47 to 200. So remember, the first number I box, I write you right. I do my little arrow. If I start at 47, would I count by ones, tens, or hundreds? Yes, by tens. I'm sorry, by ones. Yes, I will go 48, 49, 50. I stop there. That's a benchmark number, and I underline it. Now, let's continue counting. Would I count by ones, by tens, or by hundreds? If you said by tens, kills your brain. I go 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. I stop there because I get to a new benchmark number. And I go to 200. Great job writing. So I am going to give you 5 minutes to do the rest of the problem by yourselves. So make sure you pause the video right now and pause the video, and you have 5 minutes to finish working those problems. When you are done, you can come back. If you're done, you can go ahead and pause the video or fast forward the video so you can check your answers. If not, continue working. I want to see the answers for 3 and 4. One minute left. Okay, perfect, boys and girls. So here's what you should have. The first thing is that you write the number 188 and you box it because that's the number you're starting with. And you start thinking, do I count by ones, tens, or hundreds? We always start with the ones, and I go 189, 190. I underline the number 190 because it's a benchmark. I hope you did that. Then I count by ones, tens, or hundreds. Well, my next unit is 10, so I count by tens. And I get to the next unit. And I have to underline that because it's another benchmark. I continue counting all the way. Now I am already done count by ones, by tens, and now I need to count by hundreds. So I count. This is what you should have. I stop at the number 500, but I need to get to the 510. So what would I count by now? Ones, tens, or hundreds? If you said 10, if you wrote 10, the answer is absolutely right. And here's what you should have. And the last one, let's see. You have 389 to 408 to 801. I box the number 389 because that's the number that I'm starting with. The next number that I count is ones, tens, or hundreds. Guess ones, so I get to 390, but that's a benchmark, so I underline it. Now I need to count by ones, tens, or hundreds. Yes, by tens. And I get to the next unit, which is 400. And I underline it because it's also a benchmark. Because I also bundle, boys and girls. Every time you hear me the word benchmark, I'm saying that's when you bundle it. Then, now I count to 500, 600, 700, 800. Now, I have to count to 801. I'm done counting, boys and girls. You did a terrific job solving all the problems. And grade 2, lesson 3, page 129. Since we're not going to be a live video today, we need to make sure now we flip our page and we all start working on our word problem. So let's see, what are we going to do today? Remember, name, date, and goal. The date is the 21st, and the goal is Eureka and score 100. Automatically, I see a word problem, so I need to do my redraw chart problem. Chart. Draw, write a number, and write a word sentence. So I'm going to read it because nobody's able to read it in the class. It says, at his birthday party, Joe got $100 from each of his 2 grandmothers, 40 from his dad, and 5 from his little sister. How much money did Joe get from his birthday? So let's take a minute to talk about the problem and the information that it gives you. Okay, so what are we trying to find out in this problem? Yes, we're trying to find out how much money did Joey get for his birthday. We're looking for money, boys and girls. Now, what do we know? Let's go in the first sentence. At his birthday party, Joey got $100 from each of his 2. I'm going to cross out the word 2 and write the number 2. Joey got $100 from each of his 2 grandmothers. So we know that he got 100 from one grandma and another 100 from his other grandma. We also know that he got $40 from his dad and $5 from his little sister. So this problem can be solved in multiple ways. So we can either draw a tape diagram or we can actually draw. Today, I would love to draw and I want you to solve it. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to draw it, and I'm going to draw it. You can draw the dollar bills, you can draw a number sentence, you can draw a tape diagram, you solve it how you want it. So let's see if we can solve it in 2 minutes. I'm going to draw. So, $100 for his grandma. So I'm going to put grandma 1. Because I remember that this is 100. And I remember this is 100 too. So I'm going to put from grandmother 2. And then it says 40 from his dad. And I'm going to add them, boys and girls, because I know that this is 10, 20, 30, 40 from his dad. And 5 from the sister. Okay, that's the picture that I decided to make. I can also make it into a tape diagram. Look, since I want to know how much money did Joey get, that means that I'm going to add and I make one big tape diagram, boys and girls. And I can make one and says 100, another one that says 100, a smaller one that says 40, and a smaller one that says 5. I made my tape diagram too big. Look, these 2 are bigger because the number is bigger. And then this one, it's a little bit, the number 40, the representation of the number 40, it's bigger than the number 5. So here I will put grandma 1, grandmother 2, dad sister. And I don't know the total amount. So, what number sentence? Oh, we did it in 2 minutes. Great job. What number sentence could I write, boys and girls? Write it. Here's what I have. Let's solve it. 100 and 100 makes 240 and 5 makes 45. So we know that now 40 plus 5 equals 200 plus 45 equals 245. So now we're ready to answer on complete sentences. How much money did Joey get for his birthday? So what would I write? Write it. Remember, I use exactly the wording that is in the question. We can say, Joey got $245 for his birthday. Now, boys and girls, I really want you to think about this. What does counting money remind you of? Like counting yes, counting money is like counting like hundreds, cents, and ones. So let's look at the number 245. How many units are in 245? Tell me how many hundreds? Yes, 2. Tell me how many tens? Yes, 4. And tell me how many ones? Yes, 1. Very well done. What I want you to do now is breathe in, out, in, out, in, out. We're almost done, boys and girls. Let's continue with the video. We're still on page 127. I want you to flip all the way to page 131. Same book. And we're going to solve this ones. Your name, the date, and the goal. Chicks score 100 in the Eureka test. Okay. I'm going to read it and you answer it. Are you ready? Number 1. It says, these are bundles of 10. If you put them together, which unit would they make? Let's count them. Are you ready? 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens, 7 tens, 8 tens, 9 tens, 10 tens. If I have 10 tens, what unit does it make? If you circle it. Yes, boys and girls, they make 100. Kiss your brain if you got it correct. Because watch, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You can go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. The unit you make is 100. Now, let's read question number 2. These are bundles of hundreds, tens, and ones. How many sticks are there in all? Write the answer. And here's what you should have. This is 100, 100, 100, 100, and 100. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. Okay, well, let's look. I see. How many ones do you have? 3 ones. Great job. How many tens do you have? 6 tens. If you have 6 tens, what's the value of 6 tens? Yes, 60. Now, how many hundreds do you have? Yes, 500. And what's the value of 500? So what number, how many 6 are there? If you have 563, kiss your brain. And the last one that we're going to work for today is like what we worked earlier. It says, imagine the place value chart. Write the numbers that show a way to count from 187 to 222. Go. And here's what you should have. Don't forget, we bundle. I start with 187. I count by ones, so you should have 188, 189, 190, and I make a benchmark. I bundle it because I make a new unit. Then I count by tens, and I get to 200, and I bundle it. I get to a benchmark, and I make a new unit. And I continue counting 210, 220, 221, 222, boys and girls. Here's what you should have. Boys and girls, I want you to give me a high five for all the hard work you did today. So we're done with the lesson. What I want you to do now is close your book number 2. You have 10 seconds to do that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And I want you to open book number 3. When you open book number 3, you are going to open it to page number 95. Page 95. So I want you to circle number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Those are the problems that you're gonna work on, and you're gonna send the pictures under assignment. So class is over. Start working on this so you can send the pictures. Remember, when you are done, make sure you submit your work. And you go to Dreambox, boys and girls. Thank you for your hard work, and we will see you live tomorrow. Bye.